So welcome back students once again to the next online lectures of design of precious concrete structures. So let us solve another problem using stress concept for the precious concrete member or to calculate the stresses in the precious concrete member. Okay, so I'll read out the statement here. So the problem given like an unsymmetrical beam, and so here it is an unsymmetrical beam is used to support an imposed load of 2 kN per meter over a span of 8 meter. The sectional details are like the top flange is 300 mm by 60 mm, the bottom flange is 100 mm by 60 mm, and the web thickness is 80 mm. The overall depth of beam is 400 mm. Effective precessing force of 100 kN is located at 50 mm from surface of beam. Okay. Estimate the stresses at the center of span for the following condition. So we have to find out the stresses at the center of span for the condition. The first condition is only precessing force plus self weight, that is in the transfer stage. Either it may ask to calculate the precessing force plus self weight, or if they ask the transfer stage, it is nothing but same, that is precessing force plus self weight. Then one more is precessing force plus self weight plus lie load, that is in working stage. When the lie load is considered, that stage is called as working stage. So that is precessing force plus self weight plus lie load. Okay, so the sketch is like we have the section, the top flange is 300 mm by 60 mm, the bottom flange is 100 mm by 60 mm, and the web thickness it is given as 80 mm. The web thickness, okay, the web thickness is given as 80 mm, understood, and the total depth of the section is 400. So 400 minus top flange thickness 60, bottom flange thickness 60, if you do it, so you can get the depth of web or the section, the web depth is 280, means the size of the web is 280 mm by 80 mm. Okay, 280 mm by 80 mm. So we have to find out the properties of the unsymmetrical R section first. So that is we have to find out area, then the location of centroid or the CG, then we have to find out the top fiber, the location of the distance, that is from top fiber and from bottom fiber, everything you have to find out. So we'll have one by one. Okay, so first of all you have to find out area, so that is A1, A2, A3. You can divide the section A1, A2, A3 like that, so you can find out area. Then we have to find out the location of neutral axis or the centroid, okay, by using the formula, that is I can show you here. Y bar is equal to, you can easily find out y bar is equal to summation of A into Y divided by summation of area. Okay, so that is I can find out, so I can find out from bottom, so that is YB, okay, Y bar B or YB, so that is A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 plus A3 Y3 divided by summation of area. So if you want, I can write A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 plus A3 Y3 divided by area, that is A1 plus A2 plus A3. Okay, so I'll show here. So A1, so we will consider this as the top fiber as A1 or the bottom as A1, so that is 100 into 60, area is into 60 by 2, so that is Y1 is 60 by 2 from bottom fiber, the centroid of the center of the bottom flange is 60 by 2 plus 280 by 80 by the Y bar is the distance for the web is 60 plus 280 by 2, okay, plus for top, so that is area is 300 by 60 into total is 400 minus 60 by 2, so that is 400 minus 60 by 2. Okay, so that is and divided by summation of area. I'll write directly the summation of area is 46400. Okay, we have already calculated. So based on that we will get y bar b as 243.96 mm. So I can find out yt bar b also, so that is 400 minus 243.96, so can easily find out that is 156.04 mm. 156.04 mm. So we got the CG distance, so I can locate the CG here now. So somewhere here it is, I can locate. Okay, so y bar t I can say from here, and here it is y bar b. So I can write here y bar t, we have got it as 156.04, and y bar b we have got it as 243.96. okay, understood? So these are the properties you have to note down, you have to calculate. After that you have to find out the moment of inertia, that is I. We have to find out I also. That is the moment of inertia I, we have to find out. So I, again I is I plus A h square. So this is the basic formula, I plus A square. Okay, so we got to find out that. So I'll just show you how to find out. Okay, so again we have to divide this in 1, 2, 3 part individually. We have to find out and add. Okay, so we'll calculate here now. So for bottom flange, B is 100, T is 60. So 100 into 60 cube by 12. Plus area is 100 into 60. I plus A into H. H is 243.96. See, now we have to find out the location of the distance between the main central axis to the center of this. So 243 is total distance minus 30, we have to do it. Okay, so 243.96 minus 30. Okay, then I will put a square bracket plus, for web will calculate now, that is web is B is 80 into 280 cube by 12 plus 80 into 280 into the distance is, you can say 243.96 minus 140 plus 60 square. I'll put a, okay, so here you can see the B is 80 into 280 cube by 12 plus 80 into 280 area into H is, you can see this total is 243. 243, the centroid will be somewhere here. So 243 minus 60 plus 280 by 2 is 140. 60 plus 280 by 2 is 140. So that is 243.96 minus 140 plus 60 square. Okay, so then plus again for top flange, so it is 300 into 60 cube by 12 plus 300 into 60 into H is, you can say directly, here it is 156.04 minus 30 bracket. Okay, so this is for bottom flange, for web, and for top flange. So all together, okay, you have to add. So after adding, you will get that. After adding, we will get the final value for moment of inertia I is equal to 757.45 into 10 to 6 mm raised to 4. Okay, So then we have to find out the section modulus with respect to ZT and ZB. Okay, that is why I have to do I by YT, we have to do it for ZT, and you have to I by YB, we have to do for ZB. So we get these values are 4.85 into 10 to 6 mm raised to cube. This as 3.104 into 10 to 6 mm raised to cube. So this is the basic requirement we have to calculate. So after that it is easy again. So we will continue that again. So what you have to do next? Next what you have to do? See, they are asked to calculate the stress at midspan. Okay. So case 1, pre-stress plus self-weight. Understood? That is pre-stress plus self-weight. So self-weight of the section is already we have calculated, that is area into density. So area we have calculated into density is 24. Then the bending moment due to self-weight is WL square by 8. L is 8 meter. Then due to pre-stress, P into E by Z. So E we can easily calculate here. We can see the cable is located. The cable is located at a distance of 50 mm. So somewhere here. So the cable is located somewhere here, and this we have to find out this eccentricity from here to here. The value of E we have to find out from here, that is from the centroid to this. So how can you get E? So that is 243.96 minus 50. Okay. Yes, where can you? Here 243.96 minus 50. So E is 193.96. So we can find out the PE by Z. Okay. So with respect to again see ZT and ZB. So ZT by ZB, so we will get these two stresses. Then stress due to bending moment, that is M by Z. So again MD by ZT, MD by ZB. Understood? MD by ZT, MD by ZB. So P by A. So all these things you have to calculate the required data for the solution. After that, when you come back and substitute here, so that is FT, that is the calculation for resultant stress, FT and FB. So FT stand for top, FB stand for bottom. Okay, T and B. P by A plus MD by ZD and minus PE by ZT, because top in the because of load, top will be compression, so MD by ZT, so positive, and because of pre-stress, top will be tension, so minus PE by ZT. So all these things we have to do it. Then P by A, so that is for bottom stress, P by A, so that is P by A minus, so now for bottom we will get negative and this will get positive. So after addition we will get this. So when we draw the final stress distribution diagram, so this is direct stress, so this is stress due to bending and this is stress due to pre-stress. So you can see here plus minus, minus plus, vice versa. Okay, and when you add all these things, you will get the stress distribution in this section, that is 0, almost it is 0.01, means 0 at top fiber and 5.55 at bottom fiber, both are positive. So there is no tension, the tensile stresses, we have only the compressive stresses. Understood? This is for first case. And if you go for second case, only addition is what? Due to live load. So we have to add, that is ML by ZT and ML by ZB. You can see here, yes, here it is calculated, ML by ZT, ML by ZB. So these things we have to add. So when I go to here, so you can see there is one more addition here. So this is because of dead load, this is because of direct stress, this is because of the precessing force, and one more addition, that is due to ML by ZT and ZB. So if I add all together and if I draw the final stress distribution diagram, there is a change here. So 3.29 minus 0. So both are positive again. Again here it is a compression. Both are in compression zone only. So we have top stress and we have bottom stress. Okay. So here it is calculated. You can see here. P by A, MD by ZT, ML by ZT minus PE by ZT. But here P by A minus MD minus ML plus PE. Understood? So these together we have the the top fiber stress and bottom fiber stress. Okay, so this is regarding the another small revision over the if you get unsymmetrical eye section. And we are going to discuss again, that is small, about the symmetrical eye section also. Okay, thank you.